Searching for the road to the way back. We don't know our father's going way back. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. We the chosen people, you say no way. Your enemies been teaching you the wrong way. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's the simple things in life, like learning all again. It's the simple things in life, like finding where it all began. Oh, do you know your history? Yeah. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Do you know your history? Yeah. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? History. Now we going back. He done on my back for sure. When I let the truth go, we gon' let them know. My people on my back for sure. I hold them down.
We are back. I'm excited. Shalom, most high Christ bless. Glad you guys can make it with us. Sorry for the delay. But we got some special guests for y'all. We got Captain Jarrell here. That's right, Captain Ferris. That's right. We got Captain LaQuant. We got Officer Jay.
In this building.
And you are now tuned into
Our Hidden History radio show.
Yeah, man. We back, man. I'm excited. So we got the guests here. All praise to the Most High. So we're going to just jump right into it. I don't want to waste no time.
Well, you know where Captain Short is not a guest.
Dang. No, he's a guest. He's been like 20 years.
Yeah, he's just abandoned us.
Yeah, he's a freaking defector, man. OHH defector.
Don't worry, I'm going to make an appearance.
Yo,
yeah, man.
Cap's still in the intro, man.
He's in the introduction. Don't even be here.
Hey,
What the hell is this?
me and Deacon's having a conversation the other day, and Deacon said, yo, why are you even in the intro? I said, all right, Deacon. I'm going back.
Bro, in the damn introduction. Don't even be here. What the hell is this?
Damn.
All right.
It's going to be
I'm
back.
what's the name's face? AI freaking edit on yours.
Yeah, brush him.
Once I be here. Anyway, all praise to the Lord. Glad Cap can make it, man.
All praises.
Cap is the various man from Miami, man.
That's right.
Say something, man.
Hey, let me know. Hey, I was waiting. You know, I'm telling you, I was waiting. Can I do my plugins now?
Yeah, man. Do your plugins, man.
Hey, don't
do your
forget,
thing,
y'all.
Man.
Shout out to FCN. Every Thursday night, 8:30, y'all. Also, we got Creole Corner coming on tonight at 6:30 p.m. We just did it live at Philly, y'all. All praises to the Most High.
Right.
No place I'd rather be.
Right.
Hey, make sure you pay us after that free
Oh, damn,
advertisement.
no.
You
Damn.
think you can advertise
He's
yourself.
back!
Man, Levi can't catch a break, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Captain
Levi
Joel.
for that free advertisement.
Damn.
Man.
Levi number one
Yeah,
fan.
the Levi killer here. So
Number one. I used to kill him.
I got nothing
Number
against
one
my brother.
fan.
That's my brother.
Yo, man.
He's
All right.
back.
Yeah, he's back,
Yeah,
man.
that's
Those
got
all
one
you
thing-
Levites still watching, man. You know, listen, give you
I got
early
nothing to
warning.
say, nothing but love for my people.
Give you an early warning, man. Thank you.
Nothing
All right,
but love.
so let's jump into it. So we're gonna jump into the history. Let's go to the. Where I want to start at. Damn. Y'all just keep talking, man. I gotta post something. Real quick. Y'all just keep.
Come on, Capo. Capo
Do
Joel,
something,
man.
man.
Come on,
Go
man.
ahead.
Welcome back, Cap.
Do
Welcome
something for
back,
God's sake.
man.
Do something.
Do something for God's sake.
Do something, man. Do something.
Cap Joel done abandoned Philly.
Really, yo.
Ran now they about to airbrush your photo off.
Yeah.
What's going on now?
So they have to threaten him for him to come to the show.
Bro,
Jeez.
We're gonna take your face off the show.
Oh.
Originator.
All right. Here we go. So, this is gonna be the last, Lord's will, the last episode before we start and jump into King James. So I know y'all excited. So Lord's will next week, Lord's will, we're gonna start on the King James stuff, the Dark Ages history. You know, I'm gonna go back to that. I touched it before years ago, so we're gonna pretty much go back to that again, lead up to King James. So we only touched on it a little bit. So that's gonna be difficult, but it's gonna be fun. All right, so let's open up with the book real quick. I want History of the Moorish Empire. History of the Moorish Empire. Yep, volume 3. I want page 175. Give me Genesis chapter 6 and 1. Now, I'm going here because, as you know, the children of Israel were always recognized or referred to as the sons of God. And the sons of God, we were talking last night, and the sons of God have always been around. And what I mean by the sons of God have always been around, I mean that we have literally always been around from the beginning of time, under different names. Now, the sons of God was always our title. When Adam had Cain, Abel, and then he had Seth. Seth was that chosen seed, that chosen child that replaced Abel and brought forth the chosen line. And that chosen line later on went down to Abraham, then on to Isaac, and then to Jacob. And they became the sons of God once again. They were, you could say, regenerated. I'm going to get a little deep, a little bit today, a little bit. And so the sons of God that came out of Jacob were the same sons of God that came out of Seth. Now, at which point in time, I don't know, but they were the sons of God back then, and they became the sons of God later on, and we're the sons of God now. So Genesis 6, no, real quick, give me Luke first. Luke 1 first. No, Luke 3. Luke 3 first. Just to go into that, so y'all don't think just talk about some freaking angels. Some of y'all try to be deep with your damn Harry Potter imaginations. Luke 3, and I want to read verse 36 to 38. Just before we jump into Genesis 6. Read that.
The book of Luke, chapter 3, and verse 36.
Now you're thinking this is going into the topic. I'm not deviating from the topic. I'm staying in context. Go ahead.
Which was the son of Canaan, which was the son of Arphaxad, which was the son of Sem,
Of Shem. Go ahead.
which was the son of Noah, which was the son of Lamech,
Come on.
which was the son of Methuselah, which was the son of Enoch, which was the son of Jared, which was the son of Mahalalel, which was the son of Canaan, which was the son of Enos,
Son of Enos.
which was the son of
The
Seth,
son of Seth. Come on.
which was the son of Adam,
Which was the son of Adam, which was?
which was the son of God.
Adam was called the son of God. Adam was called the son of God, and this line here with Seth, Enos, those are the sons of God. All right? So, let's go to Genesis now. So now we have an idea of who this is referring to. Some of you think, it's angels. No, it is, in a way, on earth. Okay? So Genesis 6 to 1. Because we are the angels, you know. We are the angels. The Bible speaks of as well. Our brothers are in the heavens. We have sons of God in heaven. Matter of fact, give me that. Deuteronomy 33. Let's go there.
Come on,
Deuteronomy 33, real quick. Deuteronomy 33.
Get Deacon music on
I'm telling you, there you go.
Deuteronomy 33, real quick.
Oh, yeah?
In verse 1. Deuteronomy 33, verse 1. I'm going to give y'all a few jewels, as a celebratory gesture for us, for you guys following us all this time, going through the Moorish history, going through the Jew Israelite history, us ruling in the captivities, the trans-Pacific slave trade, the Atlantic slave trade. So as a conclusion, I'm out to jump up, just throw some jewels here and there.
Bring it out.
Deuteronomy 33, verse 1.
Speak your truth.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33 and verse 1. And this is the blessing wherewith Moses, the man of God, blessed the children of Israel before his death.
Come on.
And he said, the Lord came from Sinai.
The Lord came from Mount Sinai. Go ahead.
And rose up from Seir unto them.
And rose up from Seir unto them. Go ahead.
He shined forth from Mount Paran.
He shined forth from Mount Paran. Come on.
And he came with 10,000s of saints.
He came with 10,000s of saints. The saints here are the angels. Now, we oftentimes say the saints are the children of Israel. And they are. But the saints are the children of Israel somewhere else. Or the children of God somewhere else. You have saints in heaven, and you have saints on earth. But they're all family. They're all related. So we have brothers in heaven. That's the point. So the saints, the 10,000 of saints are the angels, the children of the sons of God in heaven. Go ahead. He came with 10,000s of them. 10,000s, that means millions. Go ahead.
From his right hand went a fiery law for them.
And from his right hand went a fiery law for them. Now, the them here is still the same saints or angels up there, because they come down here as men. So a fiery law went to them. Go ahead, verse 2.
Yea,
verse 3.
He loved the people.
Yea, he loved the people. Go ahead.
All his saints
are
in thy hand.
Come on.
And they sat down at thy feet.
And they sat down at his feet. We sat down at his feet in two places. We sat down at his feet down here, and we sit down at his feet when we was up there too. Go ahead.
Every one shall receive of thy words.
Every one of the saints shall receive of his words. Our brothers in heaven and the ones on the earth. So you have saints in heaven and you have saints on earth. Now, so the sons of God, or the sons of Seth and Adam and so on and so forth, those are the sons of God. All right? Now, let's go to Genesis 6 and 1 now.
Genesis.
Yeah.
Just to land back off of that point.
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Can we get Ephesians chapter 4, verse 14, just to support, like I said, deacons, showing that, the saints in Deuteronomy 33 is making reference to our brothers up in heaven,
right,
as well as our brothers down on earth. We're the same family, just one was given one line of position up in the heavens, and one was given another line of position on the earth.
Yep.
Both of us have responsibilities to carry out.
Right.
Read it.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 14.
Come on.
That we henceforth be no more.
Sorry, 3 verse 14.
Yeah.
Come on.
Ephesians chapter 3 and verse 14.
Read.
For this cause I bow my knees unto the Father of our Lord, Jesus Christ.
Come on.
Of whom the whole family in heaven and earth is named.
Damn.
For whom the whole family in heaven as well as in earth is named. Showing that both of us are family.
Yep.
There was a clip in Hangar 1. I think I showed.
In Netflix joint with the chariots?
Yeah, the chariots. It was a clip in Hangar 1 UFO. If you guys want to see the special on Amazon Prime, they have the episode with Gad. Now, they're saying with the so-called chariots or UFOs.
They call them the ant people?
They call them the star people.
The star people,
The star people.
Or ant people, because they were dark too. Mm-hmm.
And so Gad, one of the Gadites, he's having a conversation, and he's speaking on behalf in terms of their encounters. Now, the UFOs in the show, they say that for some reason, the chariots or the so-called aliens have an enmity against Caucasians. They haunt them. Right. They burn their skin. They kill them. They play around with them.
All praises.
But when it comes to Gad, the guy was saying that that's our brothers up there.
Yep.
That's our family.
Yep.
And there's many different encounters of the chariots going to the native villages, and the people gather around to get healed. And one encounter, the lady said she woke up one day and she saw a bright light and her uncle going out there.
Yeah, I remember this story.
Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, her uncle was going outside, and her uncle walked outside, and a little girl, she was a little girl at the time. She looked out the window, and he was talking to somebody. Then she came back and said, "Who is that?" He said, "Oh, that's our family." Just like that.
Yep. So that's our brothers up there. That's our brothers up there. And a lot of you other Israelites, you got Israelites talking about, oh no, that's that conspiracy stuff. Y'all niggas, y'all Negroes, y'all gonna stay here and die,
Speak
man.
your truth, D.
Y'all
Don't hold back.
gonna just stay here and die,
Be
straight up
yourself,
and down,
D.
straight up and down. Y'all gonna stay here and die. Y'all niggas are the ones that want to stay in
That's
America
right.
and just die,
Yeah, you
man.
let that thing roll
y'all
off
wanted
your
to
tongue.
stay here. I'm sorry, I just gotta say it. Yeah, y'all wanted to stay here and die, man. I think you're gonna leave out of here on a jet or something. I don't know.
Wearing a MAGA hat.
A jet, or wearing a MAGA hat, a jet, a rocket. You're gonna be rocket propelled out of here. I don't know what you think's gonna happen when the Lord show up here and them bombs are dropping. How you gonna get out of here? I guess you're gonna get a boat. I don't know where your mind is at, because the destruction that's described in the Bible is to such a high magnitude. Only divine transportation could be set up to get us out of here. So I don't know what you guys are talking about. Anyways, Genesis 6:1. All praises. Genesis 6:1. Let's go there. Y'all just faithless Negroes that know you're Israel. That's all. Genesis 6:1.
Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them,
Go ahead.
that the sons of God,
The sons of God going into the righteous line, the royal line of Adam, Seth, Enos, Methuselah. That's them. Go ahead.
saw the daughters of
The
men.
daughters of men will be the other that came out of Adam. Now, Adam had a bunch of children, but there was always a chosen line. So the daughters of men were the other children that Adam had. Okay, but they weren't considered sons of God. This line was. So they messed around. They stepped outside of that line and started dealing with the other kin, other nation, pretty much a line outside the royal one. Okay, read on.
Saw the daughters of men, that they were fair.
Matter of fact, hold on. Let me give you guys a bit more. Go to 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras about who Adam brought forth. 2nd Esdras chapter. Out of Adam came kindreds and tongues. Yes, 3
In verse 8.
and verse 7.
2nd Esdras chapter 3 and verse 7. And unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way,
The him is Adam. Okay, when you start from verse 5. Come on.
which he transgressed.
Which Adam transgressed, listen to his wife. Go ahead.
And immediately thou appointest death in him.
The appointed death in him made Adam mortal. Adam lost his godhood. That's what it means. Adam, the Most High. I'm gonna show you a scene of that in the movie. Go ahead.
And in his generations, of whom
So he appointed death in him and in his generations, his children down the line. The sons of God also start to die too. Gradually over time, we begin to lose our godhood. We have embers of it now, but we had the full power back then. We were a force to be reckoned with. Go ahead.
of whom came nations.
Out of Adam came what?
nations.
Out of Adam came nations. Go ahead.
tribes.
That's why I said earlier that the tribes of the sons of God were around back then as they are now. Out of Adam came nations, tribes of Adam. So rather than children of Israel back then, they were the children of Seth, or children of God back then. Go ahead. People
and kindreds
daughters of men. These are daughters of men. Go ahead.
out of number.
Adam and Eve had a whole bunch of children. Go ahead.
And every people walked after their own will,
Including the royal line, walked after their own will. Go ahead.
and did wonderful things before thee,
Go ahead.
and despised thy commandments.
And broke his laws. So go back to Genesis 6 again. Now we have an idea why it says the sons of God and daughters of men. Read verse 2 again.
Genesis chapter 6 and verse 2. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose.
Took them wives of all which they chose. Come on.
And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man,
Go ahead.
for that he also is flesh.
He is flesh. Come on.
Yet his days shall be 120 years.
I'm going to shorten the lifespan of man because man is evil. Go ahead. Based
There
upon
were-
the sin of Adam and Eve. Come on.
There were giants in the earth in those days.
There were giants in the earth in those days. You had giants in the earth in those days, and you had giants in the earth during the time of our people in the wilderness. There were giants back then too. The same nations that were around in ancient time when Israel's around, the Nethinims, the Eminems, what they call Eminems, whatever, Eminems, whatever they are. Animims, some whatever they call, the Nephilims, whatever we call them things.
Nephilims.
Whatever.
Zuminims.
Not Nephilims. Nephilims is
Yeah, the Ziminims.
Zimimims, yeah, Zimimims and Imims.
Ziminims.
Goliath and them. Goliath, there you go. Goliath and them.
Eminem.
Yeah, them dudes. Goliath and them. That was the giants back then. So the same nations that were around during the time of Adam, or the same nations that came out of Noah and his sons. Just different names. Read on.
There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men.
The sons of God went into the daughters of men. They stepped outside the royal line. Normally the sons of God married within. You had the sons of God, you had the daughters of God. They're supposed to marry them. They started doing with daughters of men. Outside that royal line. Go ahead.
When the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men.
Go ahead.
And they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old.
So they had these children that weren't they were still mighty regardless. Go ahead, because they were sons of God. Come on.
Men of renown.
Men of renown. Come on.
And God saw that the wickedness of man
is the sons of God. Come on.
Was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
So the Lord went and decided to flood the earth, but he saved Noah. When you jump down to verse 9, Noah remained righteous. Noah maintained that righteousness that Seth had passed on. So one of the biggest things that we ran into, is that we tend to go outside and mingle with the other nations. Get Deuteronomy 7 now.
Damn.
Hey, Deke, also,
Yeah.
I just want to land back off. I
Sure.
got a page.
Yeah, go ahead, what you got?
Hey, bring that page up on the Telegram. Just want to show that the scholars, they know that these wasn't no angels coming down having sex. So this is the Bible Atlas.
Oh, yeah,
very
it's a
good book. Very
Yes, it
good
is,
book.
Very good.
All right. If you could get this book, try to get it. A lot of history. Go down. Go down to the paragraph. All right. So it says Genesis 6 and 9 tells the story of the flood that covered the whole earth, and of Noah, the man used by God to save the world of men and beasts. The deluge was brought on by sin. The first 6 verses of Genesis 6 speak of the sons of God having relations with the daughters of men. Some have seen the sons of God as angelic or demonic beings, and thus the evil as demons cohabiting with humans. More likely, the sons of God were the sons of the godly line of Seth. So they understand. They know that.
There you go. They know
Keep
that.
reading.
The evil.
No, and the daughters.
And the daughters.
Read more likely again. Read more likely again. This is on time to the class. Read more likely again.
More likely.
More than, because that's the Bible says. Go ahead.
The sons of God were the sons of the godly line of Seth.
Watch.
And the daughters of men were women from the profane line of Cain.
Dealing with Becky and Amber.
Yup. Dealing with Becky.
Dealing with Becky and Amber. Give me Wisdom of Solomon.
Yo,
I
white man's
gotta prove it.
kryptonite.
Yep. Go back to Hancock. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10. Remember, it said it brought evil continually from that. The sons of God started laying with the daughters of men and started doing evil. And God said, I got to kill y'all. Wisdom of Solomon. It goes right into the class. Wisdom of Solomon 10.
Cain's lineage.
Yep. Wisdom of Solomon 10, verse 1.
Yes,
We're going
sir.
to read down to verse
The
4.
confusion, Deacons, because Genesis doesn't go in depth into Cain's lineage. Because Genesis is just like
An
you said,
abridgment.
It's abridgment. That's it. And it highlights the sons of God or the royal lineage leading all the way up to Christ.
Right.
So you're not going to get the full spectrum of what was happening back during that time period. But if you want to get it, just analyze what's going on today and place that what was happening back then.
And
It's
the
same
prophets
thing.
and the prophets also allude to it, so you get bits and pieces of it, and you can put it together, a puzzle together. Wisdom of Solomon 10, verse 1. Solomon gives us understanding of what happened to prove this point here. Daughters of men was Cain and the other line also. Remember, Cain came out of that line. He came out of Adam too. Okay, go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10 and verse 1. She preserved the first formed father of the
The
world.
first form. There was no man made before Adam. You pre-Adamite doctrine. That's garbage. Adam was the first man formed, the only one formed.
That's right.
For you deep dummies out there, pre-Adamite. No.
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 Read the verse again.
She preserved the first formed father of the world.
First formed father of the world. Read your Bibles. First formed father of the world. Not second formed, not third formed, not eighth formed, first formed. Go ahead.
That was created alone.
What?
Created alone.
No, with other people.
Alone.
No, other people were there.
Alone.
No, Lilith was there. Lilith was there. Lilith.
Alone.
Alone. Alone. Alone. Throw them other fake Bibles and them fake other Bible books in the garbage.
Right.
Read again.
She preserved the first formed father of the world that was created alone
Alone. No wife yet. Go ahead.
and brought him out of his fall
And brought him out of his fall. Go ahead. When he fell with Eve. Go ahead.
and gave him power to rule all things.
And gave him power to rule all things. Gave him power to rule all things. Come on.
And when the unrighteous went away from her in his anger, he perished also in the fury wherewith he murdered his brother.
So it says that Cain was killed in the same fashion he killed Abel. So Psalm is giving us more insight of what took place after Genesis. Well, in Genesis. So when Cain killed Abel and got sent away to the land of Nod, his own kind killed him too. He got killed with the same fury he killed Abel with. He got killed in the same fury. Psalm is giving us some bits. Remember, Psalm was revealed to him the beginning of time. Right. So Psalm is telling us what the Lord showed him. So Solomon saw Cain get killed the same way he saw Cain kill Abel. Read on. What? Read verse.
Literally.
Huh?
Literally.
Literally, yes. Read on.
Verse 4. For whose cause...
No, wait. Read verse 4 again. You're reading together. Read verse 3 and 4 together.
But when the unrighteous went away from her in his anger...
The her is wisdom. When the unrighteous Cain went away from her wisdom in his anger or hatred towards his brother, go ahead.
He perished also in the fury wherewith he murdered his brother.
He died the same way he killed his brother. Watch this.
For whose cause...
Stop. For whose cause? Whose cause? Cain's cause. The context doesn't change. For whose cause? Go ahead.
The earth being drowned with the flood, wisdom again preserved it.
Read verse 4 again.
For whose cause?
The whose cause is referring to Cain. Read on.
The earth being drowned with the flood.
Stop. So now we know who's responsible for God having to flood the earth. Cain. Cain, the wicked, took over and spread that evil all over the world, and all the nations and tribes and kindreds and people that came out of Adam started following or fell under the power of that line. And the sons of God started to intermarry with that line. The daughters of men. So Cain's referred to as that man.
That's crazy.
As a matter of fact, go back to Genesis 6. Watch this. Just thought about something. Go back to Genesis 6 again. I'm going to prove it. The daughters of men is referring to him. Genesis 6 and read verse 2 again.
Genesis chapter 6 and verse 2.
Wait. One second. Damn. Wait. Yes, read that. 6 and verse 1 and 2 again.
Verse 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men.
Daughters of who?
The daughters of men.
The daughters of men. The daughters of men. The daughters of men. Go ahead.
That they were fair.
They thought they were pretty. Go ahead.
And they took them wives of all which they chose.
Daughters of men. Get Genesis chapter 4 and read verse 1.
Genesis chapter 4 and verse 1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife.
Watch.
And she conceived and bare Cain.
And bare Cain. What she say about Cain?
And said, I have gotten a man from the Lord.
What she begot?
A man from the Lord.
So Cain's name means man. So they married the daughters of man. The daughters of men, that's Cain's line.
Dang.
You understand? They married Cain. They intermarried with them. Now, of course, you had others they also married, I'm sure. But the daughters of men, that's definitely Cain. That definitely, I got me a man of the Lord. They married, the sons of God married the daughters of men or man. That's Cain's line. That's what the scholars know. That's what that book said earlier. The Cain, the ungodly line. The daughters of men is the daughters of Cain. That's who it's talking about. All right? Now, let's go into the topic now. Let's jump into the topic. All that tied together. So because we laid with the daughters of Cain, we start to do what? Learn far behind the works of Cain. We all know Cain was the son of the devil. Go back to Genesis. Go back to Wisdom of Solomon again. 10 and verse 4 and 3 and 4 again.
Hey, Deke.
Yeah.
Going back to, so in Genesis 4 and 1, so now we know that Cain's lineage is the daughters of men.
Yes.
Now, if you go to Genesis chapter 5, verse 2, verse 4,
Genesis,
verse 3.
chapter 5 and verse 3.
Come on.
And Adam lived 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness.
It didn't
Yeah.
say that about Cain.
No.
So when Eve birthed Cain, it says, I have gotten a man.
Yeah, man.
So it didn't specify that Cain was made in Adam's image.
Right, he's
But
just
when
a
he
man.
birthed Seth, it says, I have gotten a son in my own likeness.
Yup.
That's why we're the sons of Adam, sons
Sons
of
of
God.
God. Right. Cain wasn't. Cain was a man.
Exactly.
Not a son of God.
Sure, that's that lineage all leading up to the flood.
Yep.
Those are the sons of God. That's the righteous line of Adam.
Right. So the flood came about because of Cain and our intermarriage with them. And all the evil spread with them. So God said, I gotta kill all of y'all because Cain didn't corrupted the whole earth like he does now.
Now, damn.
Hey,
To this day.
you go learn what some of y'all need to go learn what that means. When I say Cain brought evil into the earth back then, the same way he does now. You put that together. Read it again. Wisdom of Solomon 10, verse 3 and 4.
Yes, sir.
Abaddon, you good?
Yes, sir. I'm looking.
Wisdom of
Fell off-
Solomon
you
10.
fell off the horse or something?
Wisdom of Solomon,
10
chapter
verse 3.
10
Stick your note.
and
Taking
verse
notes?
4.
Damn, he writing
He
stuff
precept-
down.
he
Come on,
precept.
man. Come on. Come on, y'all. Yo, we do that later, man.
You know he got questions
Where's
later.
Abaddon? Oh, I'm looking for his voice.
Yeah, I thought he was sitting right there. I'm bugging.
I just hear a voice. I said,
Yeah,
where I hear
yeah.
that?
Come on, come on.
Yeah,
Wisdom of
almanac
Solomon,
head.
chapter 10 and verse 4. For whose cause the earth, being drowned with the flood, wisdom again preserved it, and directed the course of the righteous in a piece of wood of small value.
That's Noah. So the Lord preserved the righteousness, which is Noah, in the boat. Okay, but the Lord flooded the earth because of the wickedness of Cain that spread throughout the earth. Now, give me the book now. Page 170.
5.
Start from 174. I want to see what the top says. Yep, start from there. Let me see. Yep, start from there. Read that.
All males under the age of 14 were to be separated from their relatives.
This is going into the time when the Edomites or Esau, the Europeans, took over, began to conquer us in Spain and Portugal. Okay, and they took us as slaves. All right, this is the fall of the Jews and Moors over Europe. This is over time. Read on.
that they might be brought into the pale of the church.
Remember last week, I showed you last week, they called us bitches when we cried over our children. They took them as slaves, ages 3 to like 14. Went over that last week. So this is a continuation of that. Read again, all males.
All males under the age of 14 were to be separated from their relatives.
Come on.
That they might be brought into the pale of the church.
Brought into the pale of the church. What? Brought into the pale of the church to what?
Which aimed at the annihilation of their race.
Which aimed at the annihilation of their race. The Christian church or Catholic church was aimed to destroy the black race, the Israelite race. So Christianity is a doctrine that is used or aimed to destroy our race. That's why you ever talk to a black folk today, they worry about other races except their own. What about the white man? What about the Arab man, the Chinese man, Japanese man? Because that doctrine teaches us to hate ourselves and not consider our own salvation, but the salvation of everybody else. To annihilate our race, to not care for our race. Read on.
The screaming boys were torn from the arms of their parents.
The screaming boys and girls as well were ripped or torn from the arms of their parents. Give me Deuteronomy 28. 28 in verse 32. The screaming boys were torn from the arms of their parents. Read on. Keep going.
Who were brutally clubbed.
Who were brutally beaten. So I've been holding on to our kids. They're beating us to let go of our kids. Go ahead.
Until they released their hold.
Of their children. Come on.
Many distracted mothers, unable to sustain the loss of their children.
Many distracted mothers. Go ahead.
Committed suicide.
They killed themselves. Go ahead.
Or killed their offspring.
Or we killed our own babies. Rather than give them to the hands of the white man, we killed our babies. Go ahead.
Of the latter, some were cast into wells.
We threw our babies into wells to kill them off. Go ahead.
Others were strangled.
Or we would strangle our babies to death, break their necks, rather than give them to the hands of the white man. Because we knew if we got into the hands of the white man, they were destroyed. Come on.
Every obstacle was thrown in the way of the departure of the Jews.
Every obstacle of us trying to escape Spain and Portugal, they threw an obstacle in our way so we couldn't leave. Because if we couldn't leave, we were forced to be enslaved forever. Go ahead.
Until the limited time had expired.
But we had a certain time to escape Spain and Portugal. Go ahead.
And then nearly the entire number was enslaved.
It says, and then nearly the entire number was enslaved.
Damn.
All right. So give me that curse now. 28 and 32.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Thy sons and daughters what?
Shall be given unto another people.
Thy sons and daughters shall be given unto another people, torn from your parents' arms and given to the pale of the church. Same thing. Go ahead.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
And they commit suicide. Go ahead.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
Because they beat us with clubs, let our to force us to let our children go.
Damn.
Same thing. The curses were reoccurring over and over and over again throughout the world, wherever we were scattered. Read on. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Now give me verse 41.
Verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters,
You shall beget sons and daughters.
but thou shalt not enjoy
You will
them,
not enjoy these sons and daughters. Why?
for they shall go into captivity.
They will go into slavery. Nearly the entire number was enslaved. We just read that earlier. Now go back to the book now. Their social status.
Their social status was thereby immensely improved at the expense of their conscience.
Come on.
They contracted distinguished alliances with their recent oppressors, and their children were adopted into the families of the nobility.
Those who gave in. So our children were adopted into the families of the white man. There's books I have. I think J.A. Rogers, where he has a picture of the white woman.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
says her Negro boy, or her favorite.
Damn.
An image of the black as
Image
well.
of the black shows it also, where it shows the images of Edomites with black children with chains in their neck, and it says their favorite. All right, those are slave children who were stripped from their parents' arms and put into white families to be raised to hate their race in the Catholic Church.
Damn.
That's what that is.
Hey, Deacon, also, to land back on what you said, the curses are reoccurring, because shout out to Bishop's class last night. He was just giving the history of 70 AD.
Mm-hmm.
The same things was happening as far as us. Remember the sister, she didn't want to give her child into
she
the
ate
hands.
it.
So she ate the child.
Yep.
So showing the same, this is the Spanish Inquisition right here. So
Yep.
Same people,
Same
going
people,
through the
same
thing.
things. Yep, going through the same things. Now, go to page 170. Go down. But they're traditional. Start from there. Go up.
Hey, we have modern day examples of that too.
Yeah.
You know, you saw on the news not too long ago.
Well, they snatch.
You see people eating calves, legs, human
Cap,
bodies.
stop. Better not.
I'm not speaking about anything
but it's
specific.
true. But it's true.
If you see the news, there's certain corruption happening in certain countries, and people, because of lack of food source, they had to
Better
resort
stop.
to eating
Cap. Repent.
calves and bodies, barbecuing,
12
ribs
tribes.
worldwide.
All right, then.
They're doing it willingly, huh?
Willingly. Hey, but no, these things have happened throughout the diaspora,
Right.
the Biafra.
Even now with Issachar, the so-called Mexicans,
Yeah.
even them, their children being snatched
Yeah,
from them and being
exactly.
deported, all of that. It's parents being snatched and their children being deported. Their parents ran a business, and then they take the parents away and ship them back to Mexico, and their children got to run the business here. It's the same thing. It's just different.
And it's
What I
crazy. It's the same race of people orchestrating the same thing.
Yeah, and a
throughout
lot of people
all
don't
this
see
stuff.
it.
Yeah,
A lot of people don't see it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he's God.
And they're doing it to the same people.
Yeah,
same people.
Same thing. The same actions being done by the same people to the same people.
Nothing
Different
you're-
points in time.
Nothing new under the sun.
Nothing new under the sun. So read, but their traditional reserve.
Yes, sir. But their traditional reserve did not prevent them from soliciting proselytes. And it is stated that the rabbis, ignoring the prohibitory injunctions of the national code, upon one occasion challenged the bishops to a debate in presence of the throne.
Wait. Read it one more time. Sorry, read it again. But start from there. But again, start from but again. I'm sorry.
But their traditional reserve did not prevent them from soliciting proselytes.
I'm sorry. You know what? Go up above. Go above that. Go up a little bit. Start from. Go up some more. Let me see. Start from Spanish Jews.
The Spanish Jews, by reason of the peculiarities of their situation, the hostility of their rulers, which their pecuniary resources and natural acuteness often baffled, yet never entirely overcame, and their successive domination by races of different origin, faith, and language were impressed with mental characteristics and peculiarities not to be met with in their brethren of other countries.
Come on.
Their rigid formalism
Our rigid formalism, go ahead.
was proverbial, and the Hebrew of Toledo observed more
Conscientiously.
conscientiously the precepts of the Pentateuch
Moses.
and the Talmud than the Hebrew of Damascus or Jerusalem.
So above earlier, it talks about how you had Jews who were from different parts of the world who were impressed with the Jews of Spain and how they maintained their conscience, a strong conscience towards the Pentateuch, which is the 5 books of Moses, and the Talmud. Because remember, you had because the Pharisees pretty much, or disciples of the Pharisees, migrated to Spain and Portugal after 70 AD. So they maintained Mosaic law and the prophets and the Talmud together. So that was taught in Spain and Portugal. That was taught by us. The laws of Moses, the prophets, and the Talmud, we were conscientiously very, very much observant of those particular things. The precepts of the law of Moses and the nonsensical Talmud, the Babylonian Talmud. It says, than the Hebrew of Damascus. So the Jews of Spain were more loyal to the laws of Moses and the Talmud than the Jews of Syria or Jerusalem at the time. Read on.
But their traditional reserve
But our traditional reserve regarding the laws of Moses and the Talmud, go ahead.
did not prevent them from soliciting proselytes.
But our traditional reserve did not stop us from converting non-Israelites. Damn. From converting heathens here. I'm going to show you that these proselytes here are heathens here, converts. These are your Israelis today. Okay, read on.
And it is stated that the rabbis,
These are the Pharisees of this time now. Go ahead.
ignoring the prohibitory injunctions of the National Code,
Stop. The prohibitory injunctions of the National Code was not marrying other nations. So these proselytes here, it's not Israelites here. These proselytes here are heathen. I'm going to show it to you. Are heathens. So we had a loyalty to the laws of Moses and loyalty when it came to that Talmud, but when it came to converting heathens, we didn't follow the laws of Moses. You understand? We married them. So when we married them, we would teach them our laws to convert them. But the laws told us not to do that. So even though these Jews had a loyalty to the laws of Moses, they still found themselves marrying other nations and teaching them our ways. The same way the sons of God marry the daughters of men. It's the same thing. We loved Becky and Amber and Biff and Tom. We love them. So read it again. It says that the traditional reserve.
but their traditional reserve did not prevent them from soliciting proselytes.
Watch this.
And it is stated that the rabbis, ignoring the prohibitory injunctions of the National Code,
Marrying other nations, prohibitory injunctions of the National Code. Our National Code was the laws of Moses that told us not to marry them. Read on.
upon one occasion, challenged the bishops to a debate.
We had debates on marrying other nations. Like the same way they argue with Nehemiah. Get that real quick. I'm going to show you. It's the same thing. Why do we keep messing with these nations? The law says not to do that. Nehemiah, you know what I want. The 13?
Yep. Nehemiah.
13, start at verse 23.
Nehemiah chapter 13 and verse 23. In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod, of Ammon, and of Moab. And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language,
They start to speak the language of their mothers. Go ahead.
but according to the language of each people. And I contended with them.
Why did Nehemiah contend with them? Because they would use arguments like, David did it. Solomon did it. Moses did it. But the Lord said, well, that's them. That's not you. I said, don't do it. The Lord said, I will have mercy whom I have mercy. And I will have, well, how's it go again? I'll mix it up. I will have mercy whom I have mercy. And I will have compassion whom I have compassion. The Lord let some things of our forefathers pass or slide. He didn't like it. He said, okay, you guys, that's that flesh. Okay, I'll let it pass. But that does not give us the right to do it. Okay, so Israel, oftentimes we confuse the mistakes of our forefathers for being allowed in law. No. We were not supposed to do that at all. It's confusion. Read again.
And their children spake.
No, read verse 25 from the top.
Verse 25.
5.
And I contended with them.
And I contended with them. I argued with them. We debated, like we did right here. Go ahead.
And cursed them.
And he cursed them.
And smote.
He started whipping their ass. He started beating them up. You bringing this white girl here? This Chinese woman here? What'd I tell you? Nehemiah didn't play with our people. He beat the hell out of them. He argued with them first. He talked to you first. Then when he see you ain't listening, he gonna put the hands on you. Read on.
And cursed them. And smote certain of them.
And punched some of them. Go ahead.
And plucked off their hair.
Ripped the damn hair out their beard off, the hair. He ain't played with them. He was hurting these people. Go ahead.
And made them swear by God, saying.
It got confrontational. That's what he's saying. Go ahead.
Ye shall not.
And he made them what?
He made them swear by God.
To do that means Nehemiah was hurting people. Okay. Yo, stop messing with them Ammonites. You hear me? Yes, sir, I swear. That's what Nehemiah was doing. Now, that's not lawful now. Don't brothers don't go crazy. But during this time, when we were in our land and we had our governors over us under Persian rule, Nehemiah was hurting people. Our forefathers is not these soft, weak guys you think of like Tertullian. Nehemiah was a different breed of man at this time. He didn't play with Israel at this time. The Lord, when we get back in that wilderness, man, it's going to be that all over again. Okay? All over again. You're going to try to bring some heathen doctrine around. You're going to get problems. You're going to have some problems. But read on.
And cursed certain of them. And plucked off their hair. And made them swear by God, saying
what?
Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves.
Read on. Watch this.
Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things?
So Solomon did it, and Nehemiah is making it clear that was a sin what Solomon did. That was wrong. He was not supposed to do that. Read on. But God didn't kill Solomon because he'll have mercy on whom he have mercy. You ain't Solomon. You ain't David, and you ain't Moses. You're not them. So you can't use them as an example to do what they weren't supposed to do. Your grandfather smoked crack. I can smoke crack too. Grandpa did it. What's wrong with y'all? That's your thought process. Well, he sniffed cocaine. Why can't I sniff cocaine? It's the same thought process. That's what y'all believe, right? Read on.
Yet among many nations was there no king like him.
But despite him doing that, Solomon was a great man. But that was his flaw. Read on.
Who was beloved of his God.
God loved Solomon despite him doing that. Go ahead.
And God made him king over all Israel.
Go ahead.
Nevertheless,
despite him being a great king, God loving him, read on.
Even him did outlandish women cause to sin.
Because he did that, that was the end result. It caused him to go off. That's what the law tells you. When you marry these women of other nations, you inevitably will go off. Like the sons of God did with the daughters of men back then. They went off, and God said, I have to kill all these stupid Negroes. I must kill you now. Because you're listening to Amber. You're listening to the Cainettes. Amber and Becky are Cainettes. Read on.
Shall we then hearken unto you to do all this great evil?
To do what?
To do all this great evil?
So marrying other nations, Nehemiah called it a great evil. Read on.
To transgress against our God.
And doing what?
And marrying strange wives.
And marrying strange women. Go ahead.
And one of the sons of Joiada, the son of Eliashib, the high priest, was son-in-law to Sanballat
He
the
was
Horonite.
a son-in-law to a Chinese man, a Moabite at this time. He was son-in-law. This priest was a son-in-law to a Moabite. Read on.
Therefore, I chased him from you.
Nehemiah, come back here. Come back here. Yo, you crazy, Nehemiah. You crazy.
This is war.
He chased him. Nehemiah was hurting people. Because Nehemiah understood that you have to stick to your own kind. Do not step outside of that royal line. That's what Israel was doing. So, give me 1 Kings 11. just to further prove it again, because some of y'all may still be confused. Well, we had concubines back then. Negro, you are the concubine today.
Stop it. Stop it.
Concubines were captives of war. And the only reason why the Lord let that even go on is because when Israel went to war, our women were not present. So when you go into war, you fighting, that testosterone's running through you, you're going to get horny. Mm-hmm. And so the Lord said, okay, well, I can either I can put a law in place where if these guys go to war with these women or these nations and come across the women are fine, and their loins is on fire, they're going to rape them. Or they're going to leave their seed all around. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to put a law in place so that when they do that, they can take care of the woman so the child is not, so our seed is not scattered all over the world, all over the place, like niggas do today. Reckless breeders. So that law was put in place not to allow us to do it, but conditions of us going to war with the other nations and us being far, far, far away from our own women in our own proximity of land, the men were prone to getting riled up, like Vietnam. Yeah, we went to war, we were smashing them Vietnamese women. When we went to war, we was in Germany, we were smashing German women. Because ain't no black woman over there. And I need some loving. We go to war, you get the gun, you need it. Men, that's how men are.
And Dick, it's either that or you could go by the methodology that the Greek did. They was boy lovers, so the Greeks
or gayness, right?
Or gayness, yeah. So they was having sex with each other. The Lord said, in order to avoid homosexuality, this was going to be put in place.
They passed a law, I think, for the British man, they passed a law. But it's called, this guy mentioned it, Elamite. They passed a law to pretty much stop British men from smashing each other.
God.
Damn.
Because they were just going buck wild. The British men, the soldiers, were having sex with each other so much. We got to pass a law. Y'all stop doing this gayness. They're the past Diddy laws against the British.
Diddy laws.
This baby oil on the guns.
Article of Johnson
Chip, pip, chimio, pip, 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 pip. Pip, pip, the guns and baby oil on the guns.
I think this is it. This is it.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sexual
there you go.
Offenses Act. Yes,
Wow.
read that.
The Sexual Offenses Act of 1967 decriminalized homosexuality between consenting men over the age of 21 in England and Wales. The law was extended to Scotland in 1980
That wasn't too far ago. 80, go ahead.
and Northern Ireland in 1982.
Read down, explanation.
The Sexual Offenses Act of 1967 was the first gay law reformed since 1533. It repealed the maximum penalty of life imprisonment for anal sex.
Go ahead.
The law did not bring full legal equality for LGBT people in the UK. For example, the age of consent for same-sex sexual activity remained at 21 until 1994.
So they decriminalized it, but that law was put in place. There was too much of it going on.
Wow.
So they had to abolish the law after a while. This is Edomites. This is Esau. This is so-called white man. So-called Cain. Same thing. Spreading that foolishness. This homosexual stuff ain't new. It ain't new at all. So, 1 Kings 11 verse 1. Why are you gay? 1 Kings 11 verse 1.
1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women.
King Solomon loved many strange women. Go ahead.
Together with the daughter of Pharaoh.
Together with, because he loved Pharaoh's daughter the most. Together, he built her a house, he built her own special house. Go ahead.
Women of the Moabites.
Moabites, Chinese today.
Ammonites.
Japanese today.
Edomites.
White women. White women. Go ahead.
Zidonians.
Canaanites.
And Hittites.
More Hamites. Go ahead.
Of the nations concerning which the Lord
Of the nations concerning which the Lord said what?
said unto the children of Israel, you shall not
go
go into them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after
What does it say?
gods.
For what? For what?
Surely.
No, not always.
For surely.
Surely. Go ahead.
They will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love.
Solomon clave unto these in love, the nations that God said not to mingle with. So let's go back to the book again now. So Nehemiah made it clear what Solomon did, despite God loving him, that was his flaw. Matter of fact, one more thing. Give me one more. What time is it now? It's supposed to be on break, right? It's supposed to be on break. One more. I'm sorry. I'm flowing. One more. Give me Sirach You know what I want? About Solomon.
48.
47. 13. And we're going to jump down.
The book of Sirach, chapter 47 and verse 13. Solomon reigned in a peaceable time and was honored, for God made all quiet round about him, that he might build an house in his name and prepare his sanctuary forever.
Let's jump down to verse 19.
Verse 19. Thou didst bow thy loins unto women.
What does Solomon do?
Bow thy loins unto women.
Solomon bowed his loins to women. Multitudes of heathen women. Solomon had a thirst. Yeah, he had a thirst. He liked it. He liked variety of women. Go ahead.
And by thy body thou was brought unto subjection.
By his penis, he was brought into subjection. When he got old, listening to the women. Go ahead.
Thou didst stain thine honor.
He stained his honor doing that great evil Nehemiah mentioned before. Go ahead.
And pollute thy seed.
And why does it say pollute a seed? Because now the child, you have a child with a Jake father, heathen mother. So now the child grow up like all confused. Often I call them mixed nuts. The child grow up, I don't know what I am. Now, it's not always the case. Sometimes the child know, for the most part, I'm black, regardless how you look. But you have some instances where the child becomes like a Drake. He becomes, he's Jewish. He becomes the Vin Diesel, where he's Italian, Sicilian. I'm a man of color. Nah, Vin Diesel, you was a man of a nigga. You a nigga. I'm a man of color. You got the big wide Negro nose and the big old Negro head, but I'm not gonna provide what I am. I'm just gonna say he a twin too, by the way. It's two of them. I'm a man of color. Okay, nigga. Him, and you got who else? You got
No, you're
Dwayne Johnson.
yeah, you got what's the name?
The Rock.
Tiger Woods. I'm Campbell and Asian. Yeah, whatever, nigga. Okay, a nigga that like Chinese food. And you got who else? You got The Rock. I'm Samoan. Okay, Samoan nigga.
Yeah, nigga.
And you got who else? You got what's else? You got a guy from what's his name? The light skinned dude talk like
rapper?
this. He talk like that. The actor. What's his name? The dude from Pimp, the Pimp.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Him.
Oh.
That dude. His wife called him nigga. And so it's confusion. Then you got what's the name? Like Halle Berry.
Melissa Ford.
But her mom told her to her face, what you see in the mirror is what you are. Don't be confused. Right. But she's still confused. Now she got a black man. After 30 years, 40 years, she realized I should have married this guy right here. Now she's getting old now. Now she realizes it now. But Melissa Ford, her too.
The tennis
I
player.
don't consider myself to be black or white. I'm a human. Yeah, whatever, nigga. You're a human nigga. And you got what else? You got
the tennis player. What's her name?
Serena Williams. No, she ain't half white though.
No, from Japan.
Oh, the Haitian.
Osaka.
Her too. Yep, her too. Her.
Her father's Levi.
Yeah,
Yep.
her father Levi. She even said they tried to push her to cleave onto her mother's side, but she knew because she was raised with her father, and they fed her the food, so she had to stand up for her father's side.
Okay, all praises. So she has some kind of she got with some hood dude though.
Yeah.
She all messed up
rapper,
now.
yeah.
She got some hood dude. But anyway, she married her own. But I mean, despite him being worldly, but the point is that these children lose sight or lose a partial sight of their identity when you do that. The child is not accepted by the father's side, oftentimes, or the mom's side. So they're confused. They're in the middle. They're being told tug of war in their mind. So they're confused. That's why God says, marry your own. Marry within the tribes. So the child know if my dad is a black man, my mom is Northern Kingdom, it's Israel regardless. Right. They're the same forefathers. The child ain't confused. You have a whole mix of flavors in 12 tribes. Because our women are the like Bishop said last night, our women are the best looking women on the planet.
That's right.
And their features are so very, if you want an Asian chick, you can find a sister with chinky eyes and skinny. You want a light white woman, you can go find a black woman with light skin and black and whatever, gray eyes, and she's still black regardless. Yep. You are without. If you want an Arab woman, you can find a sister that look Arab. Persian, you can find a Persian looking sister. We are without excuse. No excuse. None. We just choose to be evil and dumb and step outside like the sons of God did. We have to learn from the mistakes of our forefathers. from Genesis all the way into later on to Jacob. We have to stop it. Read on.
Thou didst pollute thy seed, so that thou broughtest wrath upon thy children.
Because of Solomon's actions, it caused the split eventually. Go ahead.
And was grieved for thy father.
He realized what he had done after the fact. Okay, so now, get me one more Sirach and 20, the pride of your race. The 26, what I'm talking about. In your stock.
36, 20.
36, yeah, I always confuse the two. 36, where it mentions race.
No, that's 20. I think
26, yes.
26.
I was right, 26. I said 26. Yeah. 26 and, what was it?
Verse 20.
20.
Read that.
Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 19.
This is what Nehemiah was trying to instill in our people from earlier. We read earlier. Read on.
My son, keep the flower of thine age sound.
Keep the flower of your age sound, firm. Go ahead. While you're young, go ahead.
And give not thy strength to strangers.
Your strength is your seed, your legacy. Give not your strength to strangers, women, or heathen men. Because a woman's womb, that's her strength. Her job is to carry the gods. We're the gods. They're the God carriers. Don't give your womb or your strength to heathens either. They go both ways. Read on.
When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession.
So a fruitful possession is our sisters. They are that fruitful possession. Fruitful possession. Go ahead.
Through all the field.
Through all the earth. Our people are throughout the earth. Find a fruitful possession of your people on the field, the earth. Go ahead.
Sow it with thine own seed.
Sow that fruitful possession, that woman, with your own seed. Sow it with your own seed. Go ahead.
Trusting in the goodness of thy stock.
When you do that, you trust in the goodness of your stock because your wife is of your stock. The child can't be confused now because now it knows dad is Israel, mom's Israel. I have no excuse. Now you trust in your stock to lay your seed into your women, and your child knows when he gets older to put his seed in his own women. Trust in your stock. Read on.
So thy race, which
so thy what?
So thy race.
So thy what?
So thy race.
So your race. So your race. Go ahead.
Which thou leavest.
Which you leave, your legacy. Go ahead.
Shall be magnified.
Magnified. Go ahead.
Having the confidence.
Having the what?
Having the confidence.
Having the confidence in what?
Of their good descent.
Of their good descent. They're not confused. I don't know what I am. I don't know. I'm on both sides of the spectrum. I'm human. I'm I'm mixed. No. No. You have a confidence in your good descent. Stick to your own kind. You are without excuse. Ask Kanye. Ask Lamar Odom. Ask them, he'll tell you. These guys, he getting divorced again, Kanye. He getting divorced again. They don't learn. They don't learn. So, ask Bill Cosby, too. He ain't married him, but ask him, too. They destroyed him. Those are just hoes. They weren't even wives. They was hoes. Damn. Taking quaaludes in the damn in studio freaking 59, whatever that thing is called. Go back to the book now. We're going to take a break after this. Go ahead.
But their traditional reserve did not prevent them from soliciting proselytes.
From soliciting or marrying proselytes. Go ahead.
And it is stated that the rabbis, ignoring the prohibitory injunctions of the national code.
They ignored the laws of Moses forbidding them to do this. Go ahead, like Solomon did. Go ahead.
Upon one occasion, challenged the bishops to a debate.
They had debates like Nehemiah had during his time. Go ahead.
In presence of the throne, upon the merits of their respective systems.
We were arguing about marrying heathen women in front of the king, the white man. We having debates. Can we marry the white woman? Can we not marry the white woman? Why? Read on.
An act of audacity, which does not seem to have excited even the surprise of the prelates of that age.
That's an audacity. Go ahead. The stupidity. Go ahead.
The Spanish grandee.
That's what audacity means, but the audacity of them to argue about whether or not, according to our laws, if we should marry these heathen women. We argued about our laws in front of other nations. We dumb as hell. We stupid as hell. Read on.
The Spanish grandee prides himself upon his Gothic ancestry.
The white man, prides himself upon his Gothic ancestry. We out here trying to mess with their women, but they pride themselves in their own race. So the white man was the opposite. You guys argue about marrying our women. We marrying our own women. Go ahead, read again.
The Spanish grandee prides himself upon his Gothic ancestry.
As in Visigoth. Go ahead, white man. Go ahead.
The sangre azul.
The sangre azul, blue blood, meaning the pure blood. They pride themselves in having pure blood, white through and through. Pure blood, blue blood. No Negro blood in them whatsoever. They pride themselves in not having none of us in them. Go ahead, watch.
Whose presence is presumed to indicate conclusively.
Watch.
That in the ascending line.
In the ascending line to follow, go ahead.
Can be found no progenitor of the despised Semitic race.
They did not want any trace of our blood in their veins. None. They said, we don't want, we're going to rule as the Spanish crown. We got to make sure we flush out any element or remnant of Negro ever. Marry our own. It took 4 generations to wash us out. Look at Drake. Prime example. His father's black as night. Then he married a white woman, had Drake light skin. Drake married another, well, I don't know who she is, but she light as hell. He married her. That child got blonde hair and blue eyes. To take 3-4 generations, you can wash it out. Now, if his son marries a white girl, it's going to be, Drake and his father are going to be gone. Lost in history books. Lost, look at that. Damn. Lost forever. Oh, yeah. Wow. If his son marries a white girl, that grandfather is lost forever. Yeah. You'll never know that child has a great grandfather that's a Negro. Never know. Wash it out. This is a prime example of wash. That's what the Bible says. Marry your own.
This is why we're not a black Hebrew Israelite.
Right.
Okay.
Not anymore. So we're going to stop there, take a quick break, all right? We'll be right back. Those of y'all, donate. Don't forget to donate to the Booster Club. The QR code in the corner of the screen, donate. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Right there, you go. Donate, all right? Text us at 267-702-6121, or you can call in through Zoom. Once again, that's 267-702-6121. We got a lot more for y'all, so just stay tuned. Bear with us. We'll be right back, all right?
Romans chapter 10 and verse 14. How then shall they call on him whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe on him whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? And how shall they preach except they be sent?
During our fly mission, we came across this young man, Sakai, and at the time we didn't know his name, but when he saw the missing person flyer, he had mentioned that he himself was listed as missing. We asked him, I said, look, would you like us to take you home? You're heading home? He said no. He was very adamant on us not walking him home because he was afraid of the reaction from his mom. So I called leadership and they said, make sure you get this young man home. They said his house is right down the street here. So I went to his house, knocked on the door. His father, which is his stepfather, came to the door, and I asked his father, did a young man come to this door? He said yes. And next thing you know, the next week that we came around, it was actually posted on Facebook that the Israelites brought back their son that was missing. This is Sakai's mother. So she posted, thank you God, Sakai is home safe and unharmed. A group of young men who helped with missing persons brought him home. Thank you, Israel United in Christ, for blessing me with a safe return.
A brief stay is going to plant the seed in our people, the sons and daughters of God, that they are the children of Israel. That's our mission. That's our goal. That's what Christ said to do.
Extreme oppression here and lack of knowing their history.
Revelation 18:4. We must come out of this system.
We must come back together as the children of Israel.
Reporting that shots have been fired.
I heard shots and then a woman shouting, my baby's been shot.
2 out of 3 children are worried about becoming victims of violence.
Send him to labor, that he be not idle.
That he be not what?
Be not idle.
I know pretty much a few people have mentioned that already. Do you give them tasks to do? Do you set them things to do? Do you give them a purpose? Do you give them a vision? Or you just leave them to be and just let the world take care of them? Sometimes the kids will just go on TikTok and they're just scrolling, no purpose. They're not looking for any information. All they're doing is just, what's the latest? That becomes a problem. Read.
For idleness teacheth much evil.
For idleness teacheth much evil. The most important thing that we must build is that vision. They must have a vision. What I say we do about it is, first, we need to make sure that we get rid of this foolish music.
So we're here today to arm you guys on how to better prepare yourself to deal with youth violence conflicts resolution. Don't make a lifetime decision on short-term emotion. So while you're here, you want to live your imprint on this planet. And to do that, you cannot be an emotional person. Because when you are emotional, what happened? You can't think straight. Your emotion will cloud your better judgment.
A lot of girls, when you grow up in a single parent household and you have a void from fatherless homes, it's like you're out there searching for love, you're searching for some type of validation, you're searching for a void that only your father, if your father was in your life, he would be able to help you.
There's a quote that says it's easier to build strong children than to fix broken men. So it's not personal, broken men cannot be fixed, but we're focusing more on the youth right now because it's easier to get to them.
And one of the quotes that one of the speakers said today was, it can't be an eye for an eye, or otherwise we'd all be blind. Sometimes you have to turn the other cheek, which I thought was very good.
Why are black people going through the stuff we go through? Why is all the hatred that we have between one another? All these things we have to look at because we never got no true instruction on how to move.
All the nation on the earth, why the world weak so big? Disobey Most High.
That same image, you see it everywhere. But you see, when the Bible, when we read a description of Christ, it's a black man.
You already converted me because you already think the same.
Yes, I'll say it. I like that.
When you talk like my Portugal say, because I hear what you say.
Okay, the Most High, huh?
I'm hearing what you're saying.
That's God calling you.
Logic.
That's God calling you, my sister.
Yes.
Right?
Your skin raises when you guys talk.
Right?
What is going on out there? We have an army of black men marching downtown. Is it a gang? It doesn't appear to be a gang. They are way too organized. Why are they there? It seems as if they're just marching downtown. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's a blitz. It's a blitz. It's a blitz.
They don't want to play with us. Hey. The word of the Lord, we sprung in the soil. Yeah, it can get dangerous. And we gon' slide, cause it ain't a thing to us. We keeping in charge, they pulling your guard, cause it ain't a game to us. We outside. 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 Let's go. We outside.
Shining light up on your past, you know he been lying. We been corrupted, now disgusted, it's time to break him down. You ain't never had the spirit, no, not one time. Got our people up every Sunday coming to pay your tithe. Hey, but it's time for the real. Samuel L., yeah, it's time for the kill. Christianity, part of my friends, but that itch got us breaking the seal. Taught us sin, yeah, it made us to kneel. White Jesus like everywhere. Broke our spirit and it made us scared. Now we in the streets, spiritually dead. Pull up. You already know what it is. You hear the boots banging and the trumpet ringing, you know we all up in your grill. Cause this is got to cease. Moving sin, yeah, the mark of the beast. We ain't come here to fight you. We only came here to teach, expanding our reach. Oh, you say you love the people, well, we about to see. Denounce everything that you done taught and give up your seat. Yeah, we knew you wouldn't, cause you ain't for the sheep. You a
They don't want to play with us. Hey. The word of the Lord, we sprung in the soil. Yeah, it can get dangerous. And we gon' slide, cause it ain't a thing to us. We keeping in charge, they pulling your guard, cause it ain't a game to us. We outside. 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 We outside.
Tell your pastor we outside, we need to talk to him. That purple and gold, the army of God.
Do you think this is more important than watching the Super Bowl?
As a black man in America with the climate that we in right now, no form of entertainment supersedes our camaraderie and understanding our position as black men.
They out here to watch a game, we out here to play no games. We out here to wake up the 12 tribes of Israel who's out here in these Greekish fashions.
I said, best thing I've seen in a long time. Read this.
New Orleans Super Bowl 2025, where we're casting down Greekish fashion.
You know what another one of their ways is the Super Bowl. It's the Greek fashions. That's another way of the oppressor. But I will tell you about the little Greek band that we was taught in the Christian church. We was taught lies. Christ look like you, to know that God looks like you. We're made in their image.
Black men come together, all on one accord. Like
We're back from the break. Okay, let's jump into it. Give me that book now, the next one. So he showed how they prided themselves in keeping their racial line and their blood pure. That's why an example of that is the Italians hate Sicilians. They call the Sicilians guineas, which goes back to being black because they know that black blood is found in those southern Italians. The black hair, the tan skin, the brown eyes. So a lot of Italians they frown upon Sicilians because the Sicilians have never really flushed out fully that black blood that's in them. That's why the northern Italians hate the southern ones because Jake always hate the south. All right, we pretty much polluted their blood to such an extent they can't really wash us out. Israel was going in, boy. I can say we was going in. But took 12 years. We was up in there. Hannibal and them went to work on them women over there.
In World War II, you got the brown.
Yeah, the brown babies, the Afro Germans. Yeah, we went to work, boy. Anyway.
This is war.
Let's go. Where we at? It is what it is. It went to war on that. You got a text? Left a huge impression over there, boy. What we got here? Blow it up some more?
Yeah, blow it up. Let me see. Yeah, blow it up a little more.
I can read it now. Okay. Shalom, Deacon. Is it fair to say we have Israelites living as Edomites, confusion of faces, due to the curse of Gehazi, the servant of Elisha?
No. That's nothing to do with Esau, no. That leprosy did not create a bunch of no. No. Edom is the race of that color. Is a possibility. Do you have a bunch of albinos somewhere? I'm sure on the line, but no. You do have to that first part of your question, yes, you do have Edomites walking around thinking, Jake walking around thinking that they're Esau, and they're gonna die because they're too far gone, so they're gonna die regardless. If you got a bunch of white men walking around or women walking around hating niggas and they're niggas themselves, they're gonna die anyway. So they're heathen. We gotta count them out regardless. Is there more?
Yeah, we got 4 questions. All right. Shalom, leadership, Most High Christ bless. The angels in heaven are our brethren.
Yes.
Could that be why one of their heads are in human form?
Yes. Next one.
And it seems like a common thread that whenever we marry the heathen, wickedness increases. In Numbers 25 and Nehemiah and
now. Correct. Yep. But Balaam counseled them, bring your women over there and they'll destroy themselves. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What else we got?
5 questions. Okay. The newest one. The last one, yes. Shalom. So among all the 12 tribes over the centuries, the Most High ensured that there was no inbreeding like Lot?
Well, back then in Genesis, inbreeding was done because remember, that's before nations began to multiply. So you did have lines of over the course of time intermarried, like cousins. Remember, not inbreeded, but like for example, Isaac and Rebekah, their kin married, like cousins and so forth, first cousins. That was lawful back then. So during Adam's time, so sons of God, that wasn't instituted until nations were pretty much all formed, and then God said, okay, as he put a cap on it, that's enough. So during the ancient old time with Abraham and above that, they didn't marry within. Or they didn't marry within closer ties.
They had no choice.
They had no choice, right. Whereas, and then the nations were formed and grew in number, then God said, okay, that's enough. I'm going to put a cap on that now, So in the beginning, yes, there was like that to an extent. Maybe a first cousin or whatever. Because remember, Adam and Eve had a whole bunch of children. A bunch of them. So like the same way Noah had his 3 sons, and obviously they, Shem and Ham and Japheth, they, possibly, the and that's the same thing, same exact thing. But Adam and Eve.
Had to.
You had to, yeah. Well, is that it?
No, that's more.
2 more,
okay.
2, 3.
All right. Sons of Elohim, defiled by body. Genesis 2.
All right, that's not a nutcase. I don't know what that is.
Do you think this is sound? Shaloma. I ain't reading all those.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I'm okay. Because often, okay, he might be bugged out. Because I know oftentimes in the comments they type like this, and I be thinking they be, loony. But can we go back to it again? Let me go back. Let me be nice. You want me to go through all them scriptures in the question? Come on, man. What are you doing? Let me see.
He wants you to check his doctrine.
Dead body, Genesis 2. No, none of that's correct. I'm not sure what you're talking about. 2 Samuel 14, 17. I don't know what that's. No. Okay, where we at? Was that it?
No, there's more.
All right, what's next?
All right.
Yeah, you got to condense your question more. That's too much going on in that question. What we got?
Shalom, leadership, Most High Christ bless. I know we are cautious of placing covers of books, but if it's possible, can the Bible Atlas book that was pulled concerning the sons of men can be shown? So I know I have the right one?
Definitely. We can show the cover of that book, the Bible Atlas of Bible maps and charts.
Yeah, one of y'all put in.
I used that a long time ago. But we don't cover the books anymore for the most part. If we have the books, you show them. You know.
And he said my name.
The reason why I stopped showing the books for a while is because you had evil Negro Israelites watching the show, and then the Spirit revealed it to them, the book that they got. You know, whatever. I don't know. To the Most High be the glory. Whatever. You know, whatever. But I got on my nerves. Now we have the books, we show them for the most part. But that book is a textbook. It's a Bible maps and charts. Y'all have the cover of that book, I think. I used that book a long time ago.
And he said his name is Jariah with IUIC 10.
I see. If y'all have it, just post the cover up really quick so we can move on. Yeah, I see right there. Yep.
No,
that ain't it.
Bible Atlas.
Bible Atlas.
Yeah. It's a smaller.
It's like a more narrow. Yeah. Like a light blue.
Yep.
A lot of maps in that one.
You could look it up online if you can't find the pages.
That book is good too, but ain't what we want. That's the one. That's the one. This right here, Bible Atlas, with charts, maps, and biblical reconstructions. Go down to the author.
Now, hold on. 1 second.
Holman Quick Source. That's it. Holman Quick Source.
There's two different ones.
Yeah.
I remember. This is not the one.
This not the one.
It's light blue. It's the light blue one.
It's the blue one. That's not the
careful.
original one.
So be careful. Find the blue one. Show them the blue one if possible.
Yep.
I didn't know there's two different versions. I didn't know that.
I remember that.
Ah. It's like a light blue cover.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you buy the one with the light blue cover. That's the one.
Yeah,
That's the one. This is the one we use today. Holman Quick Source Bible Atlas. Holman Quick Source Bible Atlas with charts and biblical reconstructions. That's the one you want. Very good book.
Excellent.
Very good book for edification. I used it in my younger years, like young years.
The Periscope.
We was on Periscope, and we was on what's it called? The presenter chat.
Oh man.
And the Zoom calls and Skype. I think I used this at that time. Yeah, Bible Atlas with charts and biblical reconstructions. All right.
Remember that, Deke? Hey, all praise to the Most High, we're grown.
It's 10 people online today. We're growing. We had 10 people online using this book. I said, oh, wow, 12 of y'all today. All praises, 12 people. All praises.
I think it was funny.
Yeah, man.
He's like, you coming on today?
Yeah, yep. All right, so get that book I asked for. So read this book. Go back to the book. Go back to the last book from earlier regarding the Sangre Azul, and then pull the other one I asked for from Sails of Hope. Blow this up. Read the Spanish Grandee one more time.
The Spanish Grandee prides himself upon his Gothic ancestry.
White ancestry.
The Sangre Azul.
The blue blood, pure, clean blood. Go ahead.
Whose presence is presumed to indicate conclusively that in the ascending line can be found no progenitor of the despised Semitic race.
It's presumed, but in not all cases, because again, when you examine the history of King Ferdinand and Isabella, their daughter came out somewhat dark because of it's alleged that King Ferdinand's grandmother or maternal line was of royal noble Moorish ancestry. So when they had their daughter Catherine, she came out dark, and King Henry VIII married her. So she was an Edomite, but she was dark because her grandmother's line. I'll give you an example of that. Give me real quick. The show is called type in the Sinners Cast. Sinners Cast. I'm gonna show you the sister real quick. This woman here. She plays Hawkeye's daughter in the movie on the show called Hawkeye on Disney Plus. Marvel comic. Marvel, you had Hawkeye, played by the actor Jeremy Renner, I think his name is, and his daughter, his name is Kate Bishop. Her name is Kate Bishop. So go over to, let me see. That's not all the cast. Is that all the cast it shows? That ain't the whole cast. No, go to, type in Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. Showcast. There we go. That's her there. Click her. Yep, her here. Who is she? To see who she is. Her name. I want her name. I don't really want her. That's good. She plays Hawkeye's daughter. No, not that. I want that woman that plays her. That actress there. Go to Hawkeye cast. Cause y'all cast. Yes. Go to. Hold on. Go. That's her. Click that. Haley Steinfeld. Click her. She's also in the movie coming out with Michael B. Jordan called Sinners. This is her here. Now, her father and mother eat them. Father and mama's eat them. All right? Now go to images of her. There's more. I'm going to show you how she looks. White girl right here. White girl there. Go to images. I need more images of her. Type in her name, whatever. Okay, watch this. Now go to, where is it at? Go up to the left, right here, the left corner, the second row, left side. Click that image there. Click there. Okay, look at her face here. Now you say, oh, it's probably a white girl. I'm just look at her face here. Now, in there is Negro. Mm-hmm. You can see it in the face. She got that Jada Smith, that Willow Smith look. Jada Will Smith's daughter, she looks like a whiter version of her. Yeah. Now, go to her Wikipedia. I'm going to show you her father line. Watch this. So the Spanish grandee was trying to wash this out. This is an example. Go to Wikipedia regarding her. Click that. Matter of fact, close this down real fast. Don't close it, but just minimize it. Go to her parents. Type in Haley Steinfeld parents. I'm going to show you her parents. This goes back to the question, to the comment before about Edomites thinking that they're white when some of them are not. She's an example. Well, not example, but she's like an example of like that line.
You can see it. Look at her.
That's her father there. Click the image there, the whichever one. Yeah, that's her parents there. Blow it up.
You can see the Jake in her.
I think that's her brother to the left. Look at him.
Yeah,
blow it up.
Yeah,
the father.
Look at him.
He got a weird face.
Yeah.
Right? Him to the right, and then the mom is. Okay, so go. That's her there. She go right there. Now her brother there. Now go to her on Wikipedia. Read. Let me see. Go down to her history. Go down. Early life. Read Steinfeld's father.
Steinfeld's father is Jewish.
So her father's Jewish, Israeli. Go ahead.
And her mother is Christian.
Mother's white. Watch.
Her maternal grandfather.
Go ahead.
Ricardo de Meissen was half Filipino.
And
half African American.
See the same? So you see how she get them features from. So Esau would try to their best to wash all of that out. They didn't wash her out. So she go and marry a white man, that'll be washed out also. So Filipino Jake or Filipino heathen, I'm not sure. But the African American part and the African American part is very prominent on her face. You can see it in certain pictures. In the movie coming out with Michael B. Jordan, the vampire joint called Sinners, when she's dancing, you can see just like a light-skinned Jake woman in a way on her face. So let's go out of that. So that tinted skin of hers, you can see, definitely you can see it. So read this again.
Dr. Slayer, man. You can't hide from Deacon, man.
I'm telling you.
What happened?
Went down into the genealogy and found it out.
What? Oh.
What the heck?
What led you on that path?
I don't know. I just came across it.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't hide from me.
I don't know her face. I'm like, yo, what is she? She look weird. She look like you
started investigating like their phenotype.
You know when you look at somebody and go, you's a Negro.
That's like
you look. There's something in that Caucasoid, that Caucasian feature. There's something in there.
That's like Pete Davidson.
Yeah, Pete Davidson.
Yeah, you can see some Negro.
Dave Chappelle said, "Look at his nigga lips." So Dave Chappelle got on him. But go ahead, read that.
The Spanish grandee prides himself upon his Gothic ancestry The sangre azul.
The blue blood, pure blood.
Whose presence is presumed to indicate conclusively that in the ascending line can be found no progenitor of the despised Semitic race.
They want to make sure, to the best of their ability, conclusively, that they washed out any Moorish or Jewish blood or ancestry within them. Now go to the next book now. Sails of Hope. Sails of Hope.
Hey, Dick, I have a page to land back off this too.
Cool. I can't read what that says. That's terrible handwriting. You need to mess around and
Right, like a doctor or something.
write like my 2-year-old son. How did this happen? That was terrible. Just pass it over here so I can read it myself and see what happens. I don't know what the hell just happened. That was like a retarded cue card. That was terrible.
Who wrote that? Let me see.
That was horrendous.
Let me see.
Happened. He tried to
Let
show
me see
something to me. I don't even know what
bro,
that
that's
says.
terrible,
It says
bro.
this. I don't know. He wrote.
You write worse than my daughter.
I don't know what he wrote there. Not that book. No.
My daughter writes
Sails
better
of
than
Hope.
you.
Man, Philly ain't had no
Sails of Hope.
handwriting lessons,
Bro.
30, 38, and 30. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one.
You got second grade handwriting.
Yeah, you went to a special school.
Yeah.
Click. Can you type up a Lusitanian, please?
Philly
Type
has
in
failed
Lusitanian. I'm sorry, audience. I'm sorry. I just got distracted by that terrible handwriting that was displayed to me.
Like a 2-year-old.
Yeah, I had to like sidebar and curse brothers out for making me read that. The abomination.
Cruel, who's that, Manny? Black
I don't know
man?
who it was. I don't know who that was. That was terrible.
That's what they Pete.
That's what we reading, Diggy?
Yeah, read that.
Lusitanian.
Lusitanian
refers to the people, language, and culture of the Lusitanians,
Go ahead.
an ancient tribe that lived in what is now Portugal and Spain.
Edomites. So go back. Possibly Edomites, yes. Go ahead. Lusitanian crown. Go ahead. Yes, it's easy. There's Edomites here. Go ahead.
The Lusitanian crown had difficulty in populating its new colony. Although, unlike Spain, it did not prohibit descendants of Jews to the 4th generation.
To the what?
To the 4th generation.
So, remember, historically, when they established the Spanish Inquisition, many of the Jews who were able to escape, what we read about earlier today, in the beginning of the show, this enslavement. So many of us, after 1492, many of us are able to flee to the Americas and start our lives anew there until the Inquisition made its way over there, and they enslaved us over there in the earlier years before 1619. Then they began to stop the Jews and Moors from traveling to the Americas or escaping the Inquisition so they can enslave us further. Then, when they allowed Jews to come to this side of the world, again, read again.
Unlike Spain, it did not prohibit descendants of Jews
Watch this.
to the 4th generation.
Go ahead.
From migrating to the New World.
So when it says Jews to the 4th generation from migrating to the New World, what Jews were these? Was it our people or was it another? The proselytes you read about earlier that we were arguing about converting to. That's them. Read on.
It did not incorporate into its agreements with the leaders of colonizing expeditions that all potential settlers had to possess certificates.
Stop. All potential settlers of the Jews of the 4th generation had to possess certificates of what?
Of limpieza de sangre.
That's sangre azul. They had to have paperwork to show what?
To show of limpieza de sangre.
Which means?
Clean blood.
Go ahead.
Read non-Jewish.
On the paperwork, it says what on their paperwork?
Non-Jewish
or
non-Moorish.
Go ahead.
For 4 generations.
That's what we read earlier. So these Jews that came over here later on were Edomites, the Israelis that earlier in their lives, their line, married with the Moors and Jews, but over time they washed us out. So these are the fake ones. These are the Israelis that came over here later on and established plantations and so forth. So they had to wash out any bit of Jewish, because how are they Jews but not Jewish blood and Moorish blood? Right. Make it make sense. How are you a Jew? And it says they had clean blood, which included non-Jewish or Moorish or 4 generations. How could you be a Jew with non-Jewish blood and non-Moorish blood? Because these aren't the Jews. Those are the Israelis. Revelation 2:9, please. Revelation 2:9. So after 4 generations, they washed out the blood of the despised Semitic race. That's what this is talking about.
Revelations chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
Which say they are Jews.
And are not.
And are not. Go ahead.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
But are the synagogue of Satan. So we were converting or proselytizing these people here in Spain and Portugal and intermarrying with them. When the Inquisition came about, these same people we converted themselves into conquistadors and conquered and enslaved us on this side of the world. That is what happened.
Damn.
You understand? We taught them. And then when we got overthrown by the Spanish crown, they sided with their own people in the throne and became Israelis or conquistadors and enslaved us in Spain and Portugal, then came to this side of the world and enslaved us as Native Americans on this side of the world and brought the Inquisition to this side of the world that they had on the other side of the world. That's just that's summing it all up for y'all, summing it up. Now, give me Sirach 12 and 10. So us arguing about proselytizing these converts, these Israelis, that's the aftermath. When you do, that's why the Lord said, they will be the end of you doing that. Do not marry them. Solomon's kingdom fell doing the exact same thing. Read that. Matter of fact, hold on to that real quick. Give me History of the Jews. I want Hannah Adams real quick. Then I'll go to the scripture. Remind me of Sirach 12 and 10. Read this first. Then we'll get Sirach 12 and 10. History of the Jews, Hannah Adams, page 367. Yep, let's blow it up. Blow it up, blow it up, blow it up. And let's want to read. Let's see. Yes, read. Go up for a long time. Go up to the following is an extract. Read that.
The following is an extract from a decree of the Spanish government promulgated against the Jews, July 22nd, 1800. His Majesty ordered his ministers to deliver no passports to Jews intending to enter Spain.
So they kept us from coming in, and after a while kept us from leaving to enslave us. Go ahead.
Whatever might be the motive of their journey, and whether they be desirous or not of making any stay in the kingdom.
Right.
He enjoined the governors of the frontiers to prevent their entrance into the Spanish territory.
Watch.
And to expel all who may be discovered in it.
Go ahead.
For a long time, the laws of this monarchy have forbidden all the Jews to attempt a transit or an establishment in the dominions of His Majesty. A late transgression called for a rigorous reinforcement of these laws.
Come on.
The Spanish and Portuguese Jews.
Read again.
The Spanish and Portuguese Jews.
The Spanish and Portuguese Jews do what?
Claim their descent from the tribe of Judah.
So the Jews that fled to this part of the world, they claim their descent from the tribe of Judah. Come on.
And found these pretensions on a supposition which prevails among them.
They strongly believe that they were of the tribe of Judah. Go ahead.
That many of their ancestors removed.
Go ahead. Or. Next page. We don't have that page.
Hey, go down to the bottom real quick. Just want to look.
You read that? I thought we had that page. That page I need. I should have bought that book here too. That's my fault if y'all don't have it, because I thought I bought that book, that page to y'all.
Just reading the footnote.
Read the footnote.
It appears that the Jews have no accurate deduction of their descent or genealogy. They suppose that they are in general of the tribe of Judah and Benjamin, with some among them of the tribe of Levi.
There you go. There you go. Southern Kingdom is in Spain and Portugal. You found it? All praises. All right, I move fast. All praises. Let's get it. 368. So pretty much Southern Kingdom is in Spain and Portugal, pretty much. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and also remnants of Northern Kingdom as well were there, because Simeon was the one that led the expedition or the conquest of Spain and Portugal. So Simeon was definitely there. Lord Tariq and Sharif, yes. That's where the term Gibraltar comes from. The Rock of Gibraltar, the Rock of Jibral, Tariq. Jibral as in rock, Tar as in Tariq, which is tribe of Simeon. All right. Throw it up. 368. Yes, read that. So go 367 again. So you can kind of, read that.
The Spanish and Portuguese Jews claimed their descent from the tribe of Judah and found these pretensions on a supposition which prevails among them that many of their ancestors removed or were sent into Spain at the time of the Babylonian captivity.
That's why they believe that they're Southern Kingdom, because they were shipped there. Their forefathers were shipped there during the time of Babylon. So that's Southern Kingdom. Go ahead. I'm pretty sure Northern Kingdom came later on. Go ahead.
In consequence of this supposed superiority.
In consequence of this, the author's being an a-hole. In consequence of this supposed, we were superior.
Yeah, right.
But the author's saying this supposed superiority. It was superiority. Being an Israelite is superiority in the eyes of God. Go ahead.
They, till very lately, would not, by marriage or otherwise, incorporate with their brethren of other nations.
Because they kept the law. They did not marry other nations. Watch this.
They had separate synagogues.
So remember, you had the Israelis in Spain, in Portugal, and you had the real Israelites in Spain and Portugal. But some synagogues allowed the Israelis in to be taught our ways. Damn. So when we fell, these students or Israelis, Edomites, took advantage and took over, intermarried with us, into our families, took on our names, and took on our wealth. Marrying their women, marrying their men. That was the end result. Read again. They had what?
They had separate synagogues.
Israelite synagogues and Israeli, so-called synagogue of Satan synagogues. Go ahead.
And if a Portuguese Jew.
If a Israelite, a black Portuguese Jew, go ahead.
Even in England.
Whether in England.
Or Holland.
Or Holland. Because remember, a lot of Portuguese Jews, they fled to England and they fled to Holland, which are the black ones. Watch this.
Married a German Jewish.
Married a what?
A German Jewish.
Married a what?
A German Jewish.
That's an Israeli. That's an Ashkenazi there. If we married, back then, if we were found marrying an Israeli woman, German Jewish, go ahead.
He was immediately expelled from the synagogue.
We threw him out the school. We didn't play that over there. Not all of us. The ones who were strict adherents to Moses' law said, get him out of here. Get out of here. Take your white woman and go. Read on.
Deprived of every civil and ecclesiastical right.
We removed him of every civil and biblical right. We got deported. Get out of here. Go ahead.
And ejected from the body of the nation.
And we kicked him out the city. Get out of here. Go. That's the law. Get out of here. Go. Go ahead.
A late instance has occurred of a Jew in Berlin.
A late instance of this occurred with a Jew in Berlin. Go ahead.
Who having married the daughter of a Portuguese physician.
Who married the daughter of a Portuguese or Israelite black man's daughter. Go ahead.
The parents of the girl went in mourning.
The parents of the girl went in mourning because their daughter married a white man. An Israeli man. Go ahead.
As for the death of a relation.
They mourned as if she died. When she married a white man, they were in agony. Oh God, she married an Israeli? We were furious. Read on.
The manners of the Portuguese Jews differ from the rest of the nation and are more polished.
They are more firm with the law. They ain't play around. Other Israelite synagogues in Holland and Germany, they let the Edomites in there. Yeah, come, we'll teach you. Yes, come, we'll convert you and marry you. But the Portuguese is like, nah, we marry our own. That the law says to do. Go ahead.
They have nothing peculiar in their dress. The opulent among them.
The what?
The opulent among them.
We were very, very wealthy. That's why when the Inquisition took place, they killed us. They robbed our graves, took money out of our pockets. If we swallowed our money, they cut us open and take the money out of our stomachs. We were very, very opulent. I mean, we had a lot of money. Go ahead.
Vie with the other nations of Europe in refinement.
We were better. We were more polished than our people over there in Europe. Go ahead.
Elegance and show.
We dressed we were refined. We were elegant. We were showy how we dressed. We were flashy in Spain and Portugal. So Esau, the Israelis, they despised it. They hated us. And the crown did too. Go ahead.
And defer from them in worship only.
And we deferred from the other Israelites throughout the world, Europe, in worship because we didn't let the other nations in among us and teach them anything. We knew better. But our other brothers out there, loving Amber and Biff, they went off. Read on.
In Portugal, the name of a Jew is a term of such high reproach.
The name of a Jew is a term of high reproach. Watch this.
That the government found it necessary to enact a law.
To what?
which forbade any person to call another by that appellation.
You cannot call yourself a Jew. Damn. So you were no longer called Portuguese Jews. You became just black Portuguese.
This is war.
Give me give me the second Maccabee 6. It's the same people doing the exact same thing to the exact same people. Nothing new. But we had some sense to not marry. But those of us that did marry the other nations, the Israeli woman and man, when we got conquered, they took our possessions. So listen, you conquer that Negro there, and the wife took the wealth of a black husband. The husband took the wealth of his black wife. And they took over Spain and Portugal, and we got enslaved. Damn. Don't marry them. Do not give your strength to strangers. We did it earlier. Do not give your strength to strangers. That's the Portuguese and Spanish knew that. Marry your own. Remain, what the term is, remain endogamous, homogeneous. Stick to your own. Read that.
Second Maccabee, chapter 6 and verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days, or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
The Greeks passed a law, enacted a law, not to call ourselves Jews. So we became what? Greeks. The same Greeks that Paul wrote to the New Testament is who we're referring to, we're referred to right here. We could not call ourselves Jews, and we became Greeks and Grecians, and in this time, Portuguese and Spanish, or Ladinos. Same thing, same exact thing. Now give me Sirach 12.
Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
The Bible says, never trust thine enemy. Go ahead.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
As iron rusts, it inevitably does. It rusts over time. It's going to reveal itself. Go ahead.
Though he humble himself.
Though they humble themselves and learn from us in our synagogues and schools of learning, male and female. Go ahead.
And go crouching.
And they go humbly to sit down and learn at your feet. Go ahead.
Yet take good heed and beware of him.
That's what the Portuguese and Spanish were like. They took heed and they were to beware. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass.
You wipe your glasses off and go, this guy's the same demon he's been since Genesis. It's the same spirit. Cain then, Cain now. Nothing new. Go ahead.
And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
And you will realize over time that they're the same demon they've always been since the beginning, since the garden. Go ahead.
Set him not by thee.
Do not what?
Set him not by thee.
Or set her not by thee. Don't marry them. Don't be around them. Keep them out your circle. Go ahead.
Lest when he have overthrown thee.
That's what happened to us. Lest when he have overthrown thee. Go ahead.
He stand up in thy place.
What would he do?
Stand up in thy place.
They become you.
Damn.
They become you. Now they're the Jews now. You're the slave.
Damn.
You're the proselyte now. Now you're the Christian. And they're the Jew. That's what happens when you do that. That's why the Lord says, do not trust thine enemy. That trust goes into marrying them too and teaching them also. When when we taught the nations, we were in power at the time. They were subjugated to us when we did teach them. And this time here, we were exiles. That law don't apply when you are in exile. You're not in your land, you have no power, and you're converting the enemy. It makes no sense. All nations, when we're ruling, will follow our laws and commandments. But when we are in exile at our lower state, it's not wise to do that. Read on.
Neither let him sit at thy right hand.
Don't let him sit at your right hand. That's the result of us losing England also. We lost England, we lost Germany, we lost Russia, but we had these people under us as our right-hand men. The movie called Othello, where he had an Edomite as his right-hand man. He overthrew us because they used our civil rivalries against us to turn us against each other and then took us over. It's the same thing. I'm going to show you. Read on.
Lest he seek to take thy seat.
He does what?
Lest he seek to take thy seat.
He takes your identity. He takes your book. Damn. He takes your land. He takes your people. He takes your heritage. Go ahead.
And thou, at the last, remember my words.
Now here we are in America today. dumb as a doorknob, and we thinking he's the people of God, and we're the people of God. Now we realize, oh man, waking up, oh man, we're the Israelites, and he's the imposter. Now we remember at the last the words of the prophets here. Read on.
And be pricked therewith.
Now we're like, oh man. Now we hurt now. Read on.
Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent?
When we had these people in our synagogues and intermarried with them, you're playing with a serpent. There's a reason why he's calling the word serpent here, because they're the devil, the Bible speaks of in Genesis 3. That's Cain, baby. That's Cain and them. They're the children. They are the children of that serpent. Read again. I have got me a man of the Lord. That's a serpent's child. Read again.
Who will pity a charmer?
Spiritually, not literally. Don't be bugged out. I'm not saying Satan had sex with Eve. Don't be retarded. Right. I'm saying spiritually. Read again.
Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the serpent?
When a charmer is a person that plays the flute and a snake dances, if the snake bites them, you can't feel sorry for them because they shouldn't be doing that in the first place. Read again.
Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent?
Go ahead.
Or any such as come nigh wild beast.
You play around with a wild animal or a lion, we can't feel sorry for you. When that dude Siegfried and Roy and them put their head in the lion clamped his head on that dude's head, I didn't feel bad about him. Why are you putting your head in the lion's mouth for? Or an alligator's mouth? Why? So you can't feel sorry for stupidity. Same way with us. You can't feel sorry for us when we got conquered by the white man because we married with them and taught them our ways and let them into our circles and talk to them about how to handle money. All that money was us. The money of Spain and Portugal's wealth came from our pockets. So when we got conquered, they took that money from us.
Hey, Diggy,
we taught them banking. We taught them all of that stuff. Go ahead, officer.
Nah, when you read Rudolph R. Windsor, Babylon Timbuktu, he said we was worth around
40 million ducats.
Right.
We were worth 40 million ducats. Read on.
So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins.
Come on.
Who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee.
For a while what?
For a while he will abide with thee.
He'll sit down and learn from you for a while. Sit in your synagogues and learn your ways and laws and how you operate, how you do with your money, how you spend it, where you put it. Because the banking system was from the Israelis. The modern banking system is established by the Israelis today. Who do you think was over that before? We were over it before. Read on.
But if
matter of fact, real quick, I got time. Real quick, to show you that we were over money. And we were good with it too. Tobit. Real quick.
Oh yeah, Tobit was the provider.
Talking about the king's purveyor.
Nope, not that one. Tobit, hold on. Tobit 1, let's see. His nephew, Achiacarus. Achiacarus is Tobit 2.
1. Tobit chapter 1, verse 21.
Yeah, read that. This is Tobit's nephew. Yeah, read that. Watch this.
Tobit chapter 1 and verse 21. And there passed not 55 days before 2 of his sons killed him.
Sennacherib, come on. The Assyrian king Sennacherib got killed by his sons. Come on.
And they fled into the mountains of Ararat. And
Sarchedonus is Sennacherib. Sarchedonus, go ahead.
And Sarchedonus, his son, reigned in his stead.
I'm sorry, he took over. Sennacherib took over. Come on.
Who appointed over his father's account.
Who what?
Who appointed over his father's account.
His father's what?
His father's account.
His father's what?
Accounts.
Account money. He handled the king's money. Who he pointed over? Read.
And over all his affairs.
Achiacarus.
Achiacarus. My brother Aniel's son.
So Tobit's nephew was an accountant of the king. So we were very, very good with money. So when we were ruling in Spain and Portugal, we taught the Israelis how to handle money. Remember I said earlier, we were opulent. We had lots of money. So when we intermarried with these people, they learned our ways. Built money, how to funnel it, how to use it, utilize it, save it. Remember Joseph? He dealt with money. But Pharaoh's accounts, the corn, saved the corn here for the famine 7 years. That's money. That's accounting. So our forefathers had knowledge of how to, even Abraham and Josephus said that Abraham taught the freaking Egyptians arithmetic and astronomy. That's math. The algebra came from the Moors. Algebra, the measurement. Math came from us. So we knew how to handle money. Almanac, that's us, the calendar. Algebra, the measurement, that's money. We knew these things. We knew how round the earth was and how big it was. The circumference, we knew the numbers. So when we taught these people in our synagogues and so forth, they learned our ways. And when we got conquered, they took over as us. Read on, go back.
Just like they do today, all the inventions and
all that today, the patents, all us.
To this day. Can I get one scripture?
Yeah.
Baruch 3.
Baruch 3, read that.
4 verse 3.
Baruch 4 and 3.
The same thing that you said. You know, you bring them next to us, next to you,
Mm-hmm.
and then they took over. Look at it.
Baruch chapter 4 verse 3. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
There you go. That's it. That's the laws of God. Do not teach them your ways while you are in exile, scattered over the place. All right, now go back to Sirach again. We was at?
Sirach 12 and verse 15. For a while he will abide with thee.
He'll learn from you. Go ahead.
But if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
He will not tarry. Come on.
An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips.
They come humbly, crouching. Go ahead.
But in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
How to destroy you. Go ahead.
He will weep with his eyes. But if he find opportunity.
If he finds any opportunity at all to overthrow you, use your divisions against you, your rivalries against you. That's how Esau operates. He divide and conquer. Turn that guy against that guy. Turn that Moor against that Moor. Turn that Jew family against that Jew family. Turn that ruler against that ruler. That's what they do. Divide and conquer. Go ahead.
But if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
Not only is he not satisfied with killing you, he wants to take you out the world, take your land, take your identity, take everything. They're not satisfied with just blood alone. They want everything. Now, last one, Matthew 12, 25. Remember, I said earlier that the Jews in Spain and Portugal maintained that law, the Mosaic law of staying to themselves. But the others did not. They were arguing about it. Matthew 12 and 25. Matthew 12, 25.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. And Jesus knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Even now, America and the European powers that be even now are turning against each other. This place is coming to a desolation. Go ahead.
And every city or house divided against itself.
Any city or house divided against itself, go ahead.
Shall not stand.
It will not stand. Come on.
And if Satan cast out Satan.
Or Edom cast out Edom, go ahead.
He is divided against himself.
Go ahead.
How shall then his kingdom stand?
Even when evil, if there's division among evil, it don't stand. Go ahead.
And if I, by Beelzebub, cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out?
Go ahead.
Therefore, they shall be your judges.
Jump down to verse 29.
Verse 29. Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house?
The strong man's house is us. We're the nation of Israel, in one context, is us. Our household, our nation. We're the strong man. Go ahead.
And spoil his goods.
How can one enter into the strong man's house and spoil his goods? When he trusts his enemy. That's how he does it. When you give your strength to another nation and lay with their women and lay with their men, that's how he's over to overthrow your house. Read it again from the top.
Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house?
Go ahead.
And spoil his goods.
What's his goods? His land, his money, his identity, his heritage, his culture. Spoil take his children as slaves, his women as concubines, slaves. How? When the house is divided against itself. These Jews say this according to the law. These Jews say that. Division. The enemies, the heathens, not just Esau, but all nations, always played upon our divisions. Always. Whether in this side of the world or the other side of the world. The nations played on our rivalry. Read on.
Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods?
Go ahead.
Except he first bind the strong man.
He has to destroy the man. That's why Pharaoh said we must deal wisely with them. Use their women against them, because like Balaam did. Sending the white woman in. Well, what's the undercover brother? Send in white she-devil. That will bind the strong man. That's what bound Solomon.
Black men kryptonite.
That's what bound him.
Hancock.
Black men's kryptonite, Hancock. Read on, read again.
Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man?
So once the strong man is bound, watch this.
And then,
go ahead.
He will spoil his house.
Then he destroys you. Damn. So listen, this goes back centuries upon centuries of us having a hatred for God's laws and commandments. We must return to the laws and commandments that God gave us and not spend our time, Israel, sitting around debating about who the covenant is for. Right. Y'all the niggas that got us put in slavery, trying to invite the nations in here. That's why they overthrew us in Spain and Portugal and took our identity. And here you dumb niggas are again in your congregations doing the same stupid shit you did before in the Middle Ages. Same thing you're doing. You're playing around with the snake. You're doing it all over again. Oh, the old covenant is for the Jew and the new is for the heathen. You're doing the same thing we did before. Cut it out. Do not trust thine enemy. It's the same demon they were before. They're the same demon they are today. They will overthrow. They will infiltrate. They will destroy and defile. What did the Lord say? They will surely do that. Not inevitable. It's inevitable. All right. So hope you guys got some understanding on that. Lord's will, next week we're going to be heading into the King James. All praise to the Most High for our special guest, Captain Jarrell. Thanks for coming through. Captain Severus. All praise to the Most High. Brothers who's here as well. Shouts to y'all, Miami, visiting as well. We're going to jump into King James soon. Hope you guys enjoyed the lesson as much as I did. Don't ask crazy deep questions. I'm not going to answer them. I'm going to say you bugged out, even if you're not. My apologies, but no, I'm sorry for not being sorry. All right? So, let's go ahead. Announcements.
Hey, Israel, let's give another hand for the leadership for that class. Fire, fire. All praises. Israel, remember, subscribe to Our Hidden History Radio on YouTube. All right? Hit the notifications button so you know when we go live. Also, subscribe to our Philly channels, IUIC Philadelphia, IUIC Philadelphia in the Classroom, to get the latest content from the deacon, captain, and officers of IUIC Philly. Donate to Our Hidden History. You can donate on PayPal too, IUIC.Philadelphia@IsraelUnite.org. In the comment section, put OHH so we can continue to purchase more books for you. Donate to the Booster Club also. You can donate on PayPal too, IUIC.fundraising@IsraelUnite.org, so we continue to push this gospel to the four corners of the earth. Last but not least, subscribe to IUIC TV to get exclusive content from the leadership of IUIC. Next. All right, missing persons. This week we have Jemiah Collins. She's 15 years old, Hispanic, eye color brown, height 5'4", about 130 pounds. Jemiah was last seen on February 19th. Clothing description unknown. So if you do know of her whereabouts or do see her, let the local authorities know. Next. Land Fund. We're still pushing for the Land Fund. If you have faith, show it forth with your works. Send in your donations now. You can send on PayPal to Israel@IsraelUnite.org. In the comment section, put land. Next. And lastly, Shalom, we're seeking your assistance to enhance our national broadcast. Kindly spare a minute to provide feedback by answering 5 brief questions. So pull out your phone, hit that QR code, and, help the broadcast. Or if you just want to comment on Officer Manny, you can do so also.
Hey, man, he did a good job today, man.
I did an excellent job, man. I did an excellent job today, man.
You can give it up. You can give it up.
I did an excellent job today, man. I have no complaints whatsoever. Y'all did an excellent job.
Except for that handwriting.
Yeah, the handwriting was the worst thing I've ever seen in terms of penmanship. But aside from that, it's okay.
I can be nice, Cap.
Give credit where credit is
Look, a pigeon walked on top of the board.
He did good today.
Look, a pigeon's feet just walking over the board with a marker.
An animal could have did that.
Y'all know what that was.
Come on, man.
It's like a raccoon wrote that. Go ahead. What the hell was going on here? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
Randy, I
that's
apologize. I die daily. Go ahead.
That's it, Deke.
All right.
I'll be the only one to scan the QR code.
No, thank you, sir. Thank you. All praise to the Most High. So hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. We're heading to King James soon. I'm kind of excited, kind of not, because it's difficult, but we're going to get through it together. So shalom. See y'all then. Most High in Christ bless.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Thank you.